Hello my friends and welcome to a safe space. Today we're talking about how to connect with your inner child. Some tips that I have for you. But I actually think that this video can be helpful for anyone who feels like they've lost touch with their childlike self, with their playful self, or anyone who doesn't remember a lot of parts of their childhood, and anyone who feels like their life has just become very burdened by responsibilities, adulting. There are many reasons why you may feel disconnected with your inner child and why you may want to reconnect with your childlike self. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be giving you some tips that I'm still working on myself, but are really significant for me to talk about because it wasn't really until this last year that I did start connecting with my inner child again, and I did kind of set that intention for myself. I guess because I'm just really interested in self-reflection and just understanding myself better. And I think that's kind of my intention when I do things like that. So for one, sitting in meditations and bringing yourself back to the past, fully feeling and remembering stored memories, allowing them to flow back to your consciousness. Maybe put on some meditation music that just really touches you on another level. And then just sitting in meditation with the intention of remembering past memories, but also not forcing it either. There doesn't need to be any expectations for this, but it's kind of giving yourself permission to go back in time and unlock those memories. Maybe putting yourself back in a time of your childhood that you do remember. Maybe it's playing on the playground or swinging on a swing and watching the sky. Maybe it's playing with your sibling in the backyard. You know, some type of memory that you do remember, putting yourself back into that memory and almost reliving it in a sense. And remember to be open to whatever flows back to your consciousness from your childhood, even if it's painful, because it can actually be pretty healing to have these memories come back up. Just kind of allow and accept them to come to be, because that helps you to kind of let go of them in a sense. Number two, do what you loved to do as a child. That could be doing arts and crafts, that could be hula hooping, that could be dancing around, just giving ourselves that playtime to do things that we used to love doing as a child and just kind of like tap into that playful side again. Playtime is actually just as important as like sleep and relaxation, because we need to make time for joy in our lives, Life is to be fully lived and experienced through, not dragged through. Number three is observing your past pain, your struggles, your hopes, your desires, and realizing how it molded you today. This is something that is so powerful because I can't tell you how many connections I've made that just allowed me to have such a better understanding of who I am today and why I am this way today. Looking back at yourself as this little innocent child that just had these cute little hopes and dreams, or that was going through something, maybe getting made fun of at school or listening to their parents fight. I think it's very healing and it's very powerful, and it allows us to understand ourselves better. And I would say that allows us to have more love and respect for ourselves now, because then we have more understanding of, okay, this is why I struggle with this so much now, and this is why I am the way I am today. Remembering through your process, the growth and the journey from then to now, and kind of seeing it in a linear way. Number four is watching the movies that you watched as a child, or listening to the music that you used to listen to as a child, or looking at old photographs of yourself as a child, reading the books that you used to read, even if it's a kid's book. You know how powerful it is when you hear a song that you have some kind of memory attached to, and when you hear that song again, it literally brings you back to the past. There was this one night where I was on YouTube, and you know how that goes, you can get kind of deep into YouTube sometimes, and I don't remember how I got here, but I started watching all of these music videos that I used to watch as a child, because even then I was obsessed with music. That was something I was so passionate about, so I would spend hours watching my favorite music videos and dancing to them and singing to them. So I started watching all of these old music videos, like ones from Disney Channel, and the nostalgia that I felt. It was definitely emotional, but it also just felt good to allow myself to remember some of those things that I forgot about for so long. Number five, writing down what you think you were like as a child, or some traits that you remember about yourself. I never thought to do this before until the other day, and The reason I found so much joy in this, well, first of all, I don't remember a whole lot about what I was like as a child, but there are certain things that I really do remember. For one, I remember I used to cry so easily. I would cry all the time. I was very sensitive. But I also remember that I was known to be really strong too. I used to find joy in helping my mom carry her music equipment, like really heavy equipment that everyone would be like, oh my God, I can't believe you can carry that. And, but also strong emotionally too. Like when my mom was going through things, I would be there for her. I would be hugging her and helping her get through it. So when I was writing down these traits, it brought so much joy because it was so interesting to see how I still am that way today. And for example, back then, I wanted to be an actress or a singer. Well, I wouldn't say that that's that much different from my desire today of being a content creator. It's kind of in the same realm. It's wanting to be seen, it's wanting to be heard, it's wanting to share a message. So that's something I still carry with me today. So I just think that's so cute to realize, those traits that I had as a child that I still have today so prevalently. I don't know. And number 6 is asking people what you were like as a child. Surprisingly, some of us may never think to ask that because we think we already know. But there's a lot I feel like that we actually forget or that we didn't realize about ourselves from our own perspectives of ourselves. Hear the stories about yourself that you may have never heard before, or hear what people have to say because they might have things to say that you completely forgot about or you didn't know. So those are the tips that I have for you today to connect to your inner child again. I hope this video resonated. Most of the time, the tips and the guidance and the advice that I give on this channel are really just either experience-based or intuitive. It's something that kind of just comes to me, or it's something I've experienced myself, or it's kind of a mix of both, or it's something that I read in a book a year ago that I don't even remember which book it was from now. Just little bits and pieces of wisdom that I've learned along the way, or intuitive nudges, or experience-based thoughts. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not an expert on any of the stuff that I talk about on this channel, but I just hope it resonates in some way and finds the people that it's meant to, because I just feel called to share these messages, these things that have helped me along my journey. Feel free to like this video or comment down below and share your thoughts. That really helps support me in the YouTube algorithm. And also, I just really enjoy continuing the conversation in the comment section. And also subscribe to this channel if you would love to have a safe space to come back to every week, because I would absolutely love to have you here. But other than that, I hope that I see you in my next video. Blessings to you all.